Hey everyone, welcome back to Texas Thighs and I'm Courtney.
And I'm Nick.
And today we are excited. Thank you everyone that has listened to our first episode. Thank you all for the feedback, the love. It's been a lot of fun. It's exciting to share that episode with y'all, and we're super excited to keep tackling many different things, topics, questions that come at us. So anyways, thank you all so much for listening, and we're so happy to have y'all along the ride.
And this week we want to talk about a topic that kind of came on our own end. It's called Change the Fucking Channel. So basically we want to kind of delve into why on social media people don't seem to not tune into things they don't want to. They turn into things they don't want to tune into. And pre-social media, that wasn't how society really tuned into things. So we want to delve into that. We want to delve into haters, just kind of all the things we've put up with in the last 4 years. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes. So before Texas Thighs, I was a typical, mom. I was on Facebook, and shout out Facebook moms. And it was good. It was cool to be able to share with like my family and friends, people that I don't get to see all the time or see anymore. It was cool. I was sharing, baby pics and fun things like that. But I also noticed like there was definitely feeds that were people arguing or getting into things or fighting about politics or whatever. Hello, still doing that today. But so that was basically my main introduction into social media. A little bit of MySpace old days, but I'm old. And then, so when I started kind of checking into Instagram, and then like we've already shared the story about how I would show them Instagram models and whatever, but we thought, this is cool. Like you get to kind of be out in the world and share. And I think most platforms were created to spread positivity. They were created to be a positive thing, not a negative thing. And then I guess his take on social media.
On the flip of that, I was the anti-social media, anti-Facebook, anti-Instagram, anti-Twitter. I just watched sports, hung out with my family, worked. So, I after leaving a job, I decided to create a Facebook, but only just to kind of keep, in contact with people. But I still stayed off it. I always felt like social media was kind of a problem, mainly because all I saw was the not really the negativity, just the waste of time people put into it. I didn't realize you could use it to run a business. I didn't realize you could utilize it for more than just, getting to see random people that you went to high school with that you really probably don't care about, but you're pretending to online. But beyond that, I also didn't really know about the negative aspect of it. I thought, they created these platforms to give people a way to communicate with their family and their friends, show pictures, give people an opportunity to see someone that lives across the country, lives in a different country, lives, down the road but works 60 hours a week, doesn't have time to see you on the weekend. So at the end of the day, I looked at it as, it was created by, people that we now don't really love. But at the end of the day, they created these platforms so that people could spend time with their friends and family online. And so I didn't think of it as this negative place. I just thought it was a time waste. Little did I know, once we created Texas Thighs, that there's a lot of negativity out there. And being two very non-jealous people by nature, yes, we have each other, and that's helped feed into our non-jealousy.
True.
We're that right, but at the end of the day, we don't look at anyone and go, oh, I wish I had that, or I wish she had, was that, or this or that.
We didn't grow up like rich by any means at all. We were both very much in, not like poor on the streets or nothing, but it was paycheck to paycheck families. We both grew up in a very normal, I would call it very normal in Texas.
Definitely not, I won't even say normal, but we weren't in, the private schools. We were in regular school. We were in, rougher schools for our area. We grew up with a good life. We had food on the table every night, and
we
had shelter. We had all the good things that you need, and we definitely were not
But we weren't jealous.
Left outside hanging. But there was never any time.
I was never like mad at my life or anything. I still felt very blessed and lucky most of the time. And then of course we found each other, and we've had our struggles. Even, I mean, from a young couple, we had some craziness, you know, we were young and in love, but also, you know, young. So we had our times too that wasn't easy or perfect all the time, but I think we still were never jealous of other people or other couples. It
seems weird to want something that you can't have or can't achieve. You can go out and achieve anything you want if you try hard enough. So I think for us, we knew what we had was self-gained, and that if we didn't have it, it wasn't any reason to be jealous of them, because
we just need to work hard and
you've got to work harder.
Yeah.
And I just noticed something, so I'm going to bring it up now. Last episode, there was a moment where we did a clip and it looked like I was kind of like perturbed, and I just felt like I did it again. It's more of, it looks like she's cutting in, but I realized in the moment when I did it, I realized it was her time. I felt like to talk, and I was almost talking over her. And so I kind of like leaned out, and it was more me going, oh, you need to chill back for a second. So for those who think, you know, maybe that there's any kind of weirdness in our dynamic, it's more just both of us looking out for each other. And in that moment, I realized that I was looking for her to speak, so I kind of slipped to the side. But in reality, it looked like I was like, oh my God, why does she talk? When in reality, I was like thinking, wait, it's her time to talk. So
I know, we totally picked the clip that made me look like the crazy bee.
I picked the clip.
Yeah, you actually did.
But it was more just so she could talk more in the clip. Because I feel like people would rather hear her talk than me talk. But that's my opinion. So
I mean, a lot of people want to hear your thoughts, but I think we both, and I've tried to explain this to people, and I think all of our friends and family, we're so used to them being around us, they know how we are with each other, that when we're talking or sharing a story with our friends, they're used to us completely interrupting or deciding who gets to say the next part or who's in charge of the next, you know, storyline. And so it's just our dynamic. And since this is a story or things we've talked about hundreds of times with each other, it's really easy for us to just kind of jump in, and y'all to look at us like, why are you interrupting? And that's just kind of how we roll. It's just, we do it respectfully. We don't like take issue. And that's why he was taken back to like think, because he's ready for the next thing here and he knows what we're talking about. So
we like to think what the other one's thinking, which can be positive as hell, but it can also come off differently to others. So anyways, definitely no interrupting. Definitely, if we interrupt, it's both of us know it's okay. But to the point, not jealous people. So when we get out there, posting pictures, and at first, a lot of love. Thank you for all the love, a lot of love. We don't want to ever make people that don't love to think we don't care. Courtney tries to respond every day to messages on posts. She tries very hard to be engaging. So there is a lot of love for the love. But at the end of the day, we were also very overwhelmed after a couple months by the hate. Once people realized she was a mom, once people realized she was a wife, once people realized that, you know, she was growing significantly fast, that then it was like, whoa, F this bitch. She needs to get out of this world of ours, A, or B, a wife can't do that, which is absurd. A mom and a wife should be allowed to still live the life they want to live.
I think that goes back to the jealousy thing. A lot of people, there were a lot of women that reached out and thought it was awesome I was growing fast, and there's a lot of women that I could tell in the shadows were like, I mean, cool, but like, well, why does she get to like grow fast or whatever? And it was because we were really working our ass off. That's a whole other story of how we were growing our page in the beginning. But I think too, like people, like I said, they get jealous, but it was definitely jarring. Like here we are thinking, oh my God, this is Instagram. We're like literally copying cool posts we saw on Instagram, and then people were treating me like they were like worshiping these chicks and then treating me like I was this piece of trash. Not everyone. There was so much love. We couldn't have continued if there wasn't some love in there. But I think just the intensity, I think, of some of the haters, we were just like, whoa, you don't even know me. Like, what are you even talking about? And I think that definitely kind of made us go like, what? So at first we were overwhelmed, and
as two people that, I have access to her page. I see it and I can comment. So just FYI, I read the DMs. Sorry. And so, we would take turns getting defensive, and we were really lucky in this new world to have each other. Cause, at the end of the day, without her, there's no page. I get that. But sometimes I'd get pissed. Sometimes she'd get pissed, and we'd be able to have someone to talk to about it. So it wouldn't be just her by herself going, "Fuck that asshole, I can't believe she fucking said that about me," or he said that about me. You can call me and say, "Hey, did you see that comment?" "Yeah, I saw that comment." And, sometimes it would rile one of us up to the point we would actually argue back with these people thinking we're going to talk sense in, and then we're going to change their mind.
Change them. They're going to understand.
At the end of the day, I saw a quote one time, and I don't remember the exact quote, but, basically like, it's almost impossible. How hard is it to change yourself? Why do you think you're going to change, some individual that you don't even know? And again, that's not verbatim the quote, but at the end of the day, like, that's the kind of stuff we would try to find to help each other. Go, okay, look at this quote. That's dead on, right? You're trying to change, and you have struggles. I used to be a manager trying to change 30 people's mindset or business was hard as hell. And so trying to change a stranger in Germany or Kentucky or wherever who thinks, oh my God, you shouldn't do that, with behind their, private profile, no profile picture, thinks they need to come on and be a bully. That was really stupid of us, but at the end of the day, we're human.
We can't help it.
We're hurt.
Especially like when you have someone like they would like, especially when they would take like issue with me being a mom, like act like I'm a bad mom because I post pictures, and I'm kind of like, I would get defensive, and it took me a long time. Like us moms, we have stupid, crazy mom guilt. All of us do. And so that's a hard thing to hear, someone acting like you're a bad mom. And so I think even though I knew I was a great mom, I still wanted to be like, oh my God, you don't understand. You have to learn. And we, like you said, we had each other to help each other. We would let each other kind of fight with someone online sometimes. We'd let each other play it out till we're like, okay, this person is beyond an idiot. We have to stop. We have to put a stop to it. And we tell each other, okay, it's time. And we'll talk about that, how we deal with haters at the end now, and how we're way better at it. And it took us a little bit of growing pains with it. We would try to be from the beginning.
I think one of the examples I remember, there was a football player for the Cowboys, follows Courtney. I'll let y'all figure out who it is. And he doesn't play for them anymore, but he got very noticeable that he would very much get angry with people online. He still does it to this day. And I remember looking at it and thinking, man, clown, this user Joel47, whatever, I'm making up a name, Joel, if your name's Joel, sorry. It basically would just he get to go to the bar afterwards and be like, look, this guy just responded back to my comment, I'm the man, and everyone's like, yeah, you got him to respond. Like, that's what they're doing to you. Like they're going out and telling their buddies like, haha, I got Texas eyes to jump at me because I said this. I don't really think that about her, but
yeah, just like her ass. I'm just talking shit.
Cause, and we say that and you think, oh, whatever, y'all are full of shit. But we would read DMs from people that would literally be like, you're a fucking whore. But 3 DMs before that were, please respond, I love you, please this, please that.
Like, you're so amazing.
She even had one guy she blocked, and he comes back begging, please unblock me. You can block me again, but please delete the comment. I don't want anyone to see that I said that. Like, these people literally are out there like spewing venom out of their mouths, thinking, oh, I'm behind a keyboard. Yeah.
Well, and I think to that point too, and I think there's been people that have responded positively to our comments back, been like, you know what, you're right, that was stupid. So I think that fueled sometimes that fire of maybe we can change someone else's mind. And
we want to. I hope somebody
that's
that's watching
this is here.
Sees it and says, damn, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, that's for us, not to change everyone's mind or anything. No, that's for us to put what we feel out there, and hopefully at least have people be open-minded. But that's our only way, because it's too overwhelming to deal with it on a daily basis, because it's not good for your mental health. You just get frustrated, and then you realize there's a lot of just ignorant people out there, and it's really hard.
Shirts. There you go. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
So if you're watching the video version, you'll see one of my favorite tie-dyes. Hello, quarantine tie-dye fashion. Shout out to Kath Bum. she was talking about how tie-dye is the what color of spring?
2020 spring summer.
Spring summer
collection.
2020 collections. Yeah.
So on to the name of the podcast. Why did we name it Change the Fucking Channel, or Change the Channel for the PC?
Yeah. No, not PC.
Whatever.
PG.
PG. Politically correct, PC.
Politically correct. That's like when it's being offensive. Like.
So, anyways, that offense. The word.
Well, yeah, true. Okay.
So, anyways. So, I was thinking about this one day, as I was constantly just wondering, why do people think they need to constantly talk shit to strangers? And then I was like, growing up, you have TV shows you watch, you have radio stations you listen to, you have CDs you buy, you have magazines you purchase. You don't TiVo the show you don't want to watch. You don't watch the news channel. And then write CBS, this is terrible. You don't preset your radio to all the stations you fucking hate. You're not like, yeah, I hate metal, let's put that on there. I hate country, let's put that. No, you put it on the shit you love. But some reason with social media, we're like, ooh, fuck that bitch, following her so I can talk shit every time she rolls through here. Like, what? Like, you're not in your car yet screaming, I fucking hate this station, your music sucks. But yet, some reason with social media, we're like, there's 9 billion people on here. I'm gonna follow all the people I fucking hate.
That I don't like.
Like,
so I can be mad.
You have to have some interests. You have to like something. It doesn't have to be beautiful women. It could be trees or plants.
It doesn't have to be me. You can like hot chicks.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that.
Ugly.
You can like whatever the fuck you want. I don't care what you like. I don't understand why, in a world where prior to social media, we only watched the shows we liked. We only listened to the channels we listened to. If someone touched your presets on your radio, you would want to smack them. Like, dude, I was listening to those stations. I got a system in place. You don't want to hear the music you don't want to listen to. You got in your car and they changed it to a station you want to. You'd be like, what the? I don't want to hear that music. But now you're like, yes.
I mean,
give me the girls I hate. I want to talk shit to them. Like, what happened? Yeah. Why? Why do you do it?
Like DirecTV and like satellite TV, satellite radio, all that. You pay for the channels you want, right? So you pay and subscribe for the channels you want. Only on social media do people live to be angry every day, and it's so crazy. And I started seeing that on Facebook, like I said, but then I was just gonna be like, blow it off, whatever. And then now it's gotten even worse. I've gotten really good at just deleting people off my Facebook because it's insane how crazy.
Block. We block you if you talk shit. There's no reason. We do it for you. Like, we pick the channel. That's one channel you don't have to see anymore that you don't want to see. Because it's crazy. Like, I brought up okay, well, maybe it's on the Explore. And she's like, well, the Explore page is based off of shit you like and things you love. And so at the end of the day, like, so you're mad.
You're seeing chicks in bikinis or lingerie, but sadly, that's basically what you like and follow and look at. So that's why it's on your Explore.
Or it's what you do in your spare time on your Google. But guess what? Instagram sees your Google. Facebook sees your Google.
They
all see your Google search, and they're like, dude, you're searching porn all the damn time, and you're searching pretty girls all the time, but yet you're mad when we show you this one? Again, change the fucking channel. Don't follow people you don't want to follow. Like people would ask us to follow, please follow back, please follow. And it's like, we want to follow.
Thank you for following. I respect you.
That we want to see, and no disrespect meant. Like, at the end of the day, you want to follow people you want to. I thought people want to follow people they want to see, but I'm starting to see that people want to follow people that they don't
follow
want to see.
whatever the fuck is out there. I don't know.
And so, at the end of the day, like, I ask you, if you're watching this podcast because you love us, but there are people out there you follow that you don't love.
Yeah, we're not talking about just us.
Don't like. Don't. Leave them alone. Don't spew hate to anyone.
Because it really just drains yourself. It's not doing yourself anything.
It's not helping you. It's not helping them. You're not going to feel better about it. Nothing you do is going to change them. And at the end of the day, the beauty is you could actually have a feed full of stuff you love. You don't got to be mad that you're, why is this on my feed? Why? You choose who you get to see. I mean, these platforms already suppress so much content and say, I know you follow this 150 people, but we're only going to let you see like 20 other stuff anyways. So you're hurting yourself. You're not seeing what you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
If you're, again, this is the new era. Like
Again,
TV is being slowly replaced.
Yeah.
Everything's magazines are being replaced, like we talked about last episode. So make your magazine what you want it to be. Not don't make yourself mad every day. See her again. She's still posting.
So wait, that goes perfectly to our next part because I'm going to show a couple examples. I think eventually I want to have like something pulled up where I could like actually be reading them directly. But so let's see. Yesterday? I had someone on our podcast page and they were very angry and letting me know that on my little podcast clip, I don't even think this person listened to the whole podcast, was very much like, well, that's fine for y'all, but I still think what you do is wrong. And I was like, okay. Like, what? Like, why are you following me? If you think what we do is wrong, then why are you following me? A. And B, did you listen to the whole episode? And he got very ugly about it. And then I realized that he had already been blocked from other pages.
So
obviously, he had been talking to before.
Step one, when someone talks shit on any of our pages, we go to the other pages to see if we need to block you from those first.
Obviously.
Because we found out that you just can't stay a fucking way from our pages.
So here's this person that I've already had blocked from other pages because he's very much been angry before and let me know something bad and rude. And so I was like, hey, so then he comes back with, yeah, whatever. You just keep being nasty and like all this stuff. And I was like, again, why the F are you following us? Why have I had to block you from other pages and now you're on my podcast page? Let me, just move on with your life. I don't know why you're still hung up on what I'm doing. Like, there's a lot of bad shit in the world. Like, I don't know why you're worried about me. So, obviously now he's blocked from every page. But I'm like, my, third or fourth page that, for our new content of podcasting, and he has to let me know. So that's just one little example. That happens a lot. There's some online.
A couple days ago, I was searching through the dark web. I like to try to make sure the dark web.
There is like some groups about me.
So I say that I was a joke, but I was basically like my entire life, especially without sports right now, is just her. Like I don't like I need my I need my football. I need my Luca, I need my basketball, I need my sports. But pretty happy that, I got her. She's way better than sports even. But
yeah, I'm pretty
I like my sports too. So now that the Jordan doc's over, sadly. So regardless, I'm like, hey, what's going on in the little message groups of Texas Thighs haters? And so I go find this thread. They post pictures of her or whatnot. And, there's someone that reposted.
Oh, they let me know how boring my pictures are.
Oh, yeah, they're boring, they're ugly, they're bad, they're not enough.
I'm getting fat. I'm getting fat.
And so I see this one, I'm like, picture of us in the podcast, and hey, people have asked us to do this podcast. At the end of the day, like, we wanted to, and people wanted us to. Does everyone want us to? No. No one wants. Everyone doesn't want Joe Rogan to. Everyone doesn't want fucking anyone that does one. Yeah, everyone has their own shit. Everyone has their own shit. Like, Color Daddy is cool. We gave it a listen, but we don't need sex advice, so we're not going to listen to every episode.
We fully support and think they're badass what they're doing, but that's just not our
Alexandra's killing it, and that's great, but we're not about that because I don't need sex advice. But at the end of the day, like, you definitely don't. So at the end of the day, we're sitting here, and I'm like, I'm going to go do this while she gets ready, and I'm like, oh, someone reposted our, hey, we're doing a podcast, and what the fuck? Who gives a shit about their stupid fucking podcast? There's nothing I want to listen to them say. They need to just all this shit. And I'm like, you're on a thread dedicated to this woman that you're talking shit about. Like, you have a life, I hope. You have a family, maybe. You have kids, maybe. You have
a friend or something.
You have something better in your life than to talk shit about a woman you never met and a man you don't know. And at the end of the day, if you are on that thread and you are watching this right now and you are talking shit, why would you not want to know my secrets? Why would you not want to know my secrets? How the fuck did I get this woman that is out of my league, and how are we so happy, and how are we sitting here having a great time, and having people asking us to do a podcast. No one's asking you to do a podcast. You're sitting there talking shit on a thread. You're not doing a podcast. I don't care if
you could totally use my name.
No one would listen to your podcast, but here you are. Oh, look at these idiots. They suck, and look at him. He's so good.
They could have I Hate Texas Lies podcast. Go for it. I dare you.
Double dare you. I'll send you some equipment even. Hit me up. I got you.
Yes.
This
is actually a badass system.
I'm down. I got you. Because I'm so, it cracks me up. Look, dude, you go do something else, please. People that are hating on other people. And again, we don't care. We want one or two people to hear this and go, shit, I needed to be better. I need to do better for myself. I need to do better for my family.
Yeah.
I need to do better for my friends. Go out there and find someone. Go out there and live a great life.
And if you're that obsessed with me,
you should be. She's fucking hot.
Then start the I Hate Texas Lies podcast.
Bad bitch.
Seriously, I don't know. The people that I will spend time taking in their content, talking and discussing about their content, are people that I'm like, oh my gosh, they're badass.
Winners.
I will listen to Halsey a bajillion times. I will read everything she writes. She just released a whole poetry thing. I'm totally ordering it. I will only buy into and obsess over things that I like, and so I don't understand people that want to obsess about something they hate. It makes me sad. It just is draining. It's making
hate
social media
is killing the world right now. There's hate for everything, and it's sad. And look, man,
we're in a time where our world, we're in history right now. This is obviously, we know 2020 is a year for the books all around. And we're only halfway through it, so we'll have to do an episode, I think, on some 2020 issues. But, Kat, you inspired me. But yes, I just, like we said, that's why this is called Change the Channel. This is for those people. If you're mad and angry every day, stop and look at what you're looking at. Stop and look at what you're taking in and absorbing every day. We're big Gary Vee followers. Yeah.
If you see something pop up and you realize you've been following them, you used to like them, you whatever, unfollow them. Don't talk shit. Don't tell them how bad their life is, or how bad they are, or how they've gotten worse, or how they sold out. Unfollow them, because look, man, it's draining.
They don't care what you think, anyways.
It's my kids, when they know it's talking about hate. I'm like, baby, there's people that talk shit about Kendrick Lamar, there's people that talk shit about Taylor Swift, there's people that talk shit about everybody.
LeBron James,
there's no such thing as getting away from hate in this world, but
there's people that are talking shit about Halsey, and she's half black. They're like, what?
Do better. Stop hating and just unfollow people you hate.
It's not helping.
Don't follow people you hate.
It's not changing the world. You're not doing anything.
We know you're not going to unfollow her. But if you're one of our people that we love, and we love all of the followers that are real,
love you.
If you remember a day, you're like, oh yeah, I got tired of their shit, and I started thinking or being negative, just unfollow them. Because you deserve better for yourself, and it's awesome to just be happy and to not put that kind of negativity out there. I tweeted something 3 years ago, and it's now been 4 years. We've been doing this page for 4 years and a couple of days, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, a little over 4 years.
And I have not yet, and we go out a lot pre-quarantine.
Yeah.
Don't go out at all now. I'll admit, in the last 3 months, nobody's had a chance to say shit to me to my face. Prior to that, we go out to bars, we go out Sunday fun daying, we hang out, we have a great time. We love being together.
And people catch us. They catch them taking pictures or videos. They're like, what are y'all doing?
We had plenty of fans. We had plenty of stuff. Not one person has ever talked shit to my face.
Oh, one person that I still hate to this day. Just, a reason we don't go to a place. There's been some people.
Okay, but not about this.
That was a bad incident.
It's not the same thing.
They kind of did talk shit a little bit. Well, I think they were just mad afterwards. They just used it.
You're wrong. Not one person has talked shit that was jealousy. That wasn't about the kids.
That was
a
jealousy.
totally
That wasn't
different
toxic.
topic.
Sorry.
Not one person. You only just not one person has ever talked shit to our face about what our page is and how it is. Yet every day, negativity. No, lots of positivity. Thank you for the positivity. I love it. We get that in person though. No one's ever had the balls to walk up to her or me and talk shit, which tells me it's all a bunch of trolls. But damn, there's a lot of trolls out there. What are you doing? Are none of you at the bar, or are you staring across the bar talking shit to your friend? Mm-hmm. And if that's what you're doing, come on up.
Well, good. I'm not that big a dude for wasting your night talking shit about me again.
Dude. I'm probably not going to kick your ass, but let's have a conversation.
That's still not wasting their time, right?
But maybe that'll be the end.
I mean, yeah. Well, the only shit talking we've had was our family at the very beginning. Some of our family, not all of our family.
No one to our face.
That's a whole other podcast.
No one to our face. Bottom line, come on with it.
Again, like I said, change the channel. I think that's it for tonight, right? We've gone like 30 minutes. We probably went over the, whatever.
I don't think there's a time limit.
We haven't talked about ignoring. Sorry, I'm looking at my...
I mean, we kind of have.
Yeah. Well, I said we're going to go back more to it. So nowadays, people ask me now, one of the questions people wanted to know about on the topics and asked for comments was how we deal with the hate on a daily basis. Obviously, like I said, we talk to each other a lot, so we get to kind of vent it to each other. If something's ever bothering us, we get to vent it, right? If we have a bad day, if people, like I'm kind of going back to people I'm dealing with 2 or 3 idiots, right? But we've gotten really good at knowing every once in a while, like I said, I'll still respond or something, and then we go, okay, never mind, they're not worth my time. But usually some really stupid ass hate, ignorant comment, it's an instant block, delete. I'm done. I'm not going to waste my energy on you. And I don't need you wasting your energy on me, because obviously you have a lot of energy to spew hate, and that's not what we're about. We don't want that on our page. We don't want that on our feed. We don't want that in our lives. We're about positivity and love. Not like crazy hippie level, just like fun, embracing life and enjoying life level. And so...
And if you're on the other end of this, and you're a fan, but you also have your own following and group, do the same thing. I once heard an article from Sports Illustrated after a NCAA ref supposedly cost the team a game, and at the end of the day, that's always up to the players. But his business went from like a 4.9 Yelp to 1.3. They attacked him vigorously. But when Sports Illustrated reached out to these haters and these trolls and these people, none of them were willing to come forth and be interviewed. And the number one thing they said they hated the most, the ones that did respond, said that being blocked hurt them more than anything. It was literally like
way worse than a smart response or anything. It was like,
that was the one thing they hated, was if they were blocked. So understand right now, we know this. Sometimes we're still human, but blocking people like that is literally their kryptonite. It ends them. They are so devastated, and so do it. Yeah. Do it if you're one of our. We have some listeners that are as big or bigger than Courtney on Instagram.
Some big time chicks, actual famous people.
Same thing. People that block them. Block them. Don't respond. I promise you've done the best thing you could do. Your words will not hurt them, but your block will literally devastate them.
Yeah.
So
because it literally kind of cuts them at the knees, right? They can't do anything else and say anything else publicly to you and get likes on their comments or like all that dumb bullshit. And that's what they want. Like you said, they go to their friends at the bar and like, look who responded to me today, So, and we tell girls that. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. Some people like to listen, and some people, and I get it. Like I said, it was hard for us, and it's still hard for us sometimes. We still have times where we want to respond. We still, like that guy yesterday, I actually gave him a response, and I was like, okay, never mind, I'm done with you. Since we're about to end the podcast, if you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube right now and you're going to complain about the audio, every YouTube video I've ever done has been phone audio. If you want the microphone audio, that's for the podcast. I have zero editing or audio visual capabilities. Neither of us do. We literally record this. I cut the beginning where I walk and sit down in my seat and hit record from the video. That's it. We aren't going to overlap this microphone audio onto the video. So if you're complaining about the audio that I've used forever on YouTube, I'm going to be like, well, for us on this free platform, guess what? You're going to get
Why
blocked
did
if
you
you
just
keep every
sound
shit.
like Catherine Ryan?
Maybe because I've been listening to her podcast. Shout out, Cat Bum.
Yep.
She's our fave.
She's a beast.
I love her. But no, she's gonna be like, Courtney is obsessed with me. But no, like, I'm like sitting there going, no one's ever complained about my audio on YouTube until literally today. They're like, why didn't I hear the microphone audio? I don't know, because I don't fucking know how to put it on top of the video for YouTube. Okay, I just put the video on YouTube and then I put the audio on the podcast. That's all I know how to do. Anyways, that's my rant for the day.
So,
we are just,
anyways,
you know,
at the
we're
end of
just
the day,
Instagram people, okay? We don't know what we're doing.
we hope you don't change the channel. Unless you're a hater, then change the channel. If you're not watching channels you want to watch the ones you want to watch.
Yes.
Growing up, you watch shows you want to watch. You listen to music you want to listen to. You still do, probably.
Make yourself happy.
Do the same thing on social
Every day,
media.
all day. Make yourself happy.
Do what you do on TV.
Not
do what
easy.
you do everywhere else. Watch what you want to watch.
Cheers. Don't mind my red face and red nose. We've been tanning. He's even getting a tan. The little Dutch boy is getting a tan. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all for being a part of this. And thanks for listening to us. And we appreciate all of you. Thanks for listening to Texas Eyes and I. And y'all have a great night.